Hey, welcome back to the segment. My name is Chris O'Brien, and I have the mighty Tony Burns here with me. He's a great man. He's a great advocate for the Northern Territory. He's a CEO of Helping People Achieve. He's just a driving force in our community. Mr. Tony Burns, welcome. I think we're allowed to shake these days. I'm not sure, but welcome to the program.
Thank you, Chris. Great to be here with you.
Mate, before we get into it, there's a rumour that you could have put Pat Cash, the tennis player, out of business. But you used to be a tennis player before you got into this role.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's not a rumour. On the 27th of February...
You don't look that talented.
Most people said that, even my mum and dad. I've got a lot of heart, Chris, and...
So you used to play tennis pro?
Yeah, 3.5 years, and didn't make any money out of it, but travelled to 28 countries and got the opportunity to play Pat Cash on at the Hyatt Regency on that day. And, you know, first day, lost 6-3, up 3-love, went home, cried.
Yep. As you do.
As you do. I thought this was my big chance to beat Wimbledon champion. And then next day I got a phone call from Pat saying, look, he wants another hit. I didn't know why, but anyway, came across with Dad and he had the video camera, beat him 6-4. Pat was pissed and he smashed his racket. And I asked him if I can have his racket.
Good on
and his headband, and put him in retirement. Two weeks later, Sydney Morning Herald, Pat Cash retires. So
he's still in therapy. Actually, I was a big Pat Cash fan. But let's talk business. You're the CEO of probably one of the largest not-for-profit organisations in the Northern Territory, a real driving force. Your brand is held in high esteem, and I think a lot of it comes down to your leadership and the people around you. Great organisation.
Thank you.
How does a tennis player fall in love with being the CEO of a not-for-profit? Big journey.
Massive journey, you know, and it goes back to a saying that my dad taught me many years ago, and Zig Ziglar saying, help more people get what you want, and you'll help more people get what they want, and you'll get what you want. And so for me, to have the opportunity on the 1st of July 2014 to become CEO of this organisation, the history of this organisation was incredible. So I've taken it with two hands. I feel privileged and blessed that the board believed in me. It was a bit of a risk.
Yep. So you stepped into, obviously, the traditional mould of a not-for-profit organisation.
Yeah.
And as I understand it, there's many sectors to the business, and there's a very real and commercial part of your business now.
Massively. We're not typical like a normal charity where we're fully funded. So, you know, our model has to rely on what we create as well. So when I took over, there were 3 major arms of the business. Since then, we've been able to create another 4 arms to have new revenue streams coming through to benefit the growth of the company and to really make impact on the ground so we can actually get through tough times, especially like now.
Tell me about the 4 new divisions to HPA.
So we've got our Shoal Bay Trash and Treasure. We've got our day program, which is Participate, Engage, Grow. We've got our waste management facility, which is in partnership with a multinational company, Veolia. And we've got our new Breaking Ground grounds maintenance company, which is about to get launched.
So are they all run basically as their own separate businesses under the umbrella of HPA?
Absolutely.
So their balance sheets, staffing, accounting, bookkeeping, the whole kit. So essentially, I think there's 7 businesses under HPA.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's huge, you know, and that's 7 responsibilities and 7 fears and you know, potential. And to diversify that has been something that we continue to look closely, but it's, you know, we're proud of it.
So obviously, and I've not understood this, there's a very real commercial reality that you have to bring in the bacon to a portion of each one of those entities.
Absolutely. You know, the funding we do get, which goes towards our survival, is really important, but we have to produce other things as well. If we don't, we won't be there. So the reliability for us to create new revenue streams is something that is vital for our success now and into the future.
Got it. And I don't think most people understand that about the brand. You obviously are a very skilled negotiator. How do you do that as a not-for-profit?
Yeah.
How do you navigate through that landscape? Negotiating is hard itself, but also you've got the pressure of being a not-for-profit as well without having that sense of a victim mentality.
Yeah, for sure. So I think the important thing is you've got to live your why. You know, you've got to be, why do you want to do a partnership with someone? So I don't call it negotiation. I want people to be on this journey. You know, it's about putting the reason behind what you're trying to put forward and bringing them on that journey, and not just poor me, you know, I'm a not-for-profit, come and do business with me. You know, do business with me because of these reasons. And that whole flip change of not-for-profit to for-purpose. You know, we're a for-purpose company. And when you're a for-purpose, people want to be with people that are on purpose.
How many staff have you got?
155.
155. So that's a really solid medium business here in the NT.
Yeah.
What's some of the challenges? I mean, you're a pretty positive guy.
Yeah.
What's some of the challenges of being a CEO?
Huge amounts, you know, to have the pressure of being a leader for 155 people, not only the staff, but also the families, and the expectation that people think as a CEO, it's all the ritz and glitz, but it's not, you know. Many nights of sleepless nights and challenging moments. But as I got the opportunity, Chris, I feel so blessed to be able to have the opportunity to make impact on a daily basis, not only in our business, but also the people and the families. So to be able to do that and to take, you know, the seriousness behind it, and to be able to get through the tough times, but also enjoy the great times, is something that is important.
So let me my model of not-for-profit is probably smashed a little bit at the moment, you know, with your business. So is there, in a small town like Darwin, is there quite a bit of negativity that you faced? Because you really are you're breaking that, with all due respect, that sense of victim mentality.
Yeah.
You've really smashed that paradigm.
Well, when I took over, the company was called HPA Disability Services, so very focused on disability. So we were put in a box, you know, and we're a charity, a registered not-for-profit charity. When I took over, 2 weeks into it, I wrote on a napkin, helping people achieve. I thought to myself, if I'm going to be the CEO of this organisation, I want to flip it. I want to think differently. And it had to come from the brand, because if you don't believe in your brand, you're not going to get other people to believe in you as well. So that was really a key moment for us. And then to see that unfold the way it has, and really inspire about achievement and not disabilities, it's been a very important part of who we are and where we're going.
I think it was either 2016 or 2017, the business that I was working in, which was the events industry, we decided to enter the Telstra Awards, and we got pipped at the post by helping people achieve. But congratulations, that was a great, I think you were the first Australian not-for-profit to win that award.
Yeah, so it was the first time. It was funny, Chris, the year before we got nominated.
It wasn't funny, I lost. But anyway, sorry.
You won a year later, I think. I do remember that. A year before I got nominated, I got a phone call from Telstra, and I was like really excited. And 2 weeks later, I got a phone call up saying, oh, sorry, we don't have a section for not-for-profits charities. And I said, oh, thanks a lot, appreciate the phone call. But 12 months later, they created one. And yeah, we're lucky enough, we got nominated. We won the charity section of the night. But then to win the overall business section, it was huge, Chris, because it put us in the map in the sense of, we're not just a charity. We were going up against all these other businesses. And, you know, rightly so, it was a huge moment for us, for my team, for the history of the organisation, but also then for the brand to go out and say, we're not just a charity, we're a business, we're here to do great things, and we're serious about what we do.
For yourself as a CEO, what do you surround yourself? Because you need to make quality decisions. You're in charge of 155 lives. How do you keep making good decisions? And I can't believe it's just the positivity. You're a positive guy, but there's got to be something, network or something around you that keeps you on track.
Yeah, there's a combination to answer that question. So I get inspired by other business leaders, you know, so successful business leaders in the territory who I've seen their models change. And so I've really got to reach out to them. You know, one person who has been a great ambassador for me, our administrator, Vicky O'Halloran, you know, so she ran the Somerville for many, many years. So to do what she did, and when I first came involved, she was a big mentor of mine and still is. You know, Jason Hanna and, you know, Dave Cannon, the guys what they're doing in the hotel industry, and you know, so that kind of stuff is really important. Duplication, Chris, success breeds success. So if you can actually see something and go, you know what, if I surround myself with those kind of people and ask advice and get the right information, then you can duplicate that back in your model to understand the information you've got. So if you can make the best decisions, if you get the information, you can make great decisions.
Good. So this is about small business in the Northern Territory and promoting small business. I'm going to drop you right in the deep end. Who's probably your favourite coffee shop, if you can name one? Probably hard to, but if you had to name one coffee shop in the Northern Territory, who would it be?
I don't drink coffee, but I'll give you a story. The decision I'm choosing is the Laneway. Now, it's when I had my first baby Chino with my daughter, and I wasn't meant to give her a chocolate, and she had all over her face, and my wife got really upset with me because I couldn't do that. So I'm going to choose Laneway.
Okay, restaurant?
Pee-wee's.
Pee-wee's, Simon. That's like 3 times now, Simon.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I proposed there to Amy, and they do good food as well. So.
All right, let me throw a completely hypothetical, impractical. If the Chief Minister was sick for a day, and you had to sit in his chair, and you had got the opportunity to make a couple of changes in relation to business, what would you do?
Well, I would firstly, I think there's a bit of a disconnect with the business market, and building that gap. So I think if I had a magic wand and I was a Chief Minister for a day, I would really find where is the gap at the moment with the business model, with the community. How do we fix that quickly? Because the government is only reliant on great success if the economy is improving, and the economy is made up of small business. So I feel that if I was a Chief Minister, I would find ways to how we can get that fixed really quickly so we can continue to make great decisions.
Yeah, it's really good, mate. And here's we'll finish with this. There is a rumour, an unsubstantiated rumour, that you had a crack at Australian Idol. God forbid. Is it true?
Absolutely, Ed. 2002, I went in and had a crack at it, and got to the 4th round, got on TV, and 7 seconds, and
what did you sing?
Eye the Tiger. So, it was a cool journey, and something that I look back and I still get a few call-ups sometimes, but definitely not a great singer, mate.
Mate, listen, you're welcome to sing us out. Most programs have an out. You're welcome to sing it, but don't mind if we pass on this occasion. But you're awesome. Thanks, Tony. All the very, very best, and congratulations on running such a enormous, successful business here in the Northern Territory. Really well done, mate.
Thank you.